Shall we be off then?
Alright there everyone, welcome back to Vane, and today we are going to be here in the Howling Pit, and as you see, we have nothing here explored. We're brand new here, as we left off with the butterfly last time, so we'll pick up here with the executioner this time. And what we will be running is the Berserker Blood Code that we got from Oliver in the first episode, and you can see here some of the stats, and we will be running the Queenslayer Greatsword, as this is the only item that we have besides the pipe, which has crush damage. Now we could run either one of these, but if you don't have the pre-order, you definitely want to get the Queenslayer Greatsword, as the Juggernaut Sledgehammer is okay, but it does lack a little bit there, as you can see. So if we go for the Blanched Greatsword or the Queenslayer Greatsword, either one of them would do really well here in the Howling Pit. I will run the Queenslayer Greatsword just for the fact that that's what most people will have. Also, we will be running the ice buff. That's why we had to pick this up from the Den of Darkness earlier, and we got stamina boost from the Ranger Blood Code. So here we will go ahead and into Berserker. We want to get Iron Will, as that will allow us to take 25% about less damage from an enemy, and also we will pick up Precision, as this will allow us to make the enemy easier to stagger. So we will put those down here. Okay, and we will be running Triple Annihilator, as that will be kind of our active gift. And since we are fat slow roll here, we will be using Shifting Hollow to kind of hopefully remember that that we can dodge out of the way of enemies. Okay, and you see that here in the Howling Pit, remember that everybody takes crush damage very well, so we will do as much crush damage as possible, and we'll be having to get our bearings here to remember how to go through the pit here very quickly and easily. Okay, so here comes this fella. Whoops. Okay. There we go. And let's wait for him to do that. Whoops. Okay, so apparently he's got a very wide sweeping strike. So we will need to watch for that. Okay, so as we continue onwards here, we need to continually look around and see where we're at, as that will be very problematic here for this area. Oh boy, we got several of them. We got 3, maybe 4. Okay, let's just head on back over here. Okay, and let's go for a couple of gifts here. Okay, everybody's kind of losing interest, which is good for us. So we want to come back over here. Okay. Okay, and if we can, now we are focused, so we have ice damage. Whoops. Okay, let's go ahead and get out of here. Okay. Okay, let's head on up here, and we will go for a heal. Now, as you see here, we definitely have a lot of problems here. Oops. And because we can attract so many of these fellas all at once, that is not the way you want to go through here, and because we have stamina issues, it makes it all the worse. Okay, so let's try this again. But the fat rolling isn't really an issue until we start running out of stamina, and we need to get out of dodge, so to speak, quickly and easily. Okay, so we got this fella here, and in the event that we do get backstabs afforded us, we can, as you see there, we can definitely put the enemy down quickly and easily. It's just whether or not we're afforded that backstab. Okay. And let's go for another triple annihilator. So, as you see, the enemies aren't too difficult or problematic. However, you know, simply because of the fact that we're paired up here with crush damage of only crush damage, and we can't go for anything different. This is all we have, and it's what we have to go for. I can't see this guy. There we go. There we go. There we go. And as you see, because we are doing crush damage, we definitely can put the enemy down. It's just whether or not we do it without taking any damage. Now we got two fellas here. Okay. Oh my goodness. They both hit me at once, so let's go for a launch. And put that guy up. And will we get another launch? We will, which is very good. Oh, okay. Tried to go for a triple annihilator, but the startup time is extremely slow there. Okay, let's drink some water. Okay, so you see that as soon as you get into this area of the game, if you haven't been up to date kind of on your blood codes, and you haven't been killing enemies and mastering items and such, you can have a really bad time in this area specifically. There we go. Oh, good grief. This guy gets a lucky hit. Okay. Okay, we'll put him down. Good. Okay, so now let's head on over here. Oh, good grief. Get out of here. Oh my goodness. These guys. They just gang up on you in so many different ways, and when you have only a sword and you have no gifts, that's kind of the problem here at the beginning of the game, is that you just don't have any range really. Now we could go for a bayonet and go pierce, but that is the strength of these fellas, and it will be playing directly into their strengths, so we don't want to be doing that. Okay, and getting a backstab on them is extremely problematic, as it's very hard to find that teeny tiny little spot on their back. Okay, there we go. Good, now we mastered those two gifts there. That's very good. Now we lost our haze from the last encounter, so we'll have to kind of treat this fella a little differently here, so we can get around him and go for that backstab. So it puts him into that stagger state, and we can go for another charge attack and put him down. Now, the only way that we're able to do any kind of effective damage here is the fact that we know what the enemy damage types are, so it definitely helps. Oops, I can't go that way. Oops. Okay. Now, oh, can't go for a launch through the wall. Come on. We'll go for a launch here though. And we'll go for a triple annihilator until that fella figures out that we're over here. So let's go for a heal, and we'll head around the back and we'll pick him off. If we can get around the back. There we go. Okay, so now we'll go for a triple annihilator, and he's down. Okay, so very good. And now there's not too much that we need out of the vestiges here and such. Are you kidding me, Yakumo? It just there's not too much that really affords us anything that's too crazy and out of the ordinary. But we will most definitely go ahead and heal. before we head on into the next area here. And now we get cutscenes and so on and so forth, blah 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 blah. Now, as you can kind of already guess, the Executioner fight will be very problematic to say the least, simply because of the fact that the only thing we can do is weapon strikes, and you can see that that takes about 25% of our stamina, so we can do one strike and then back off, and then one strike and then back off. So it's going to be an issue to say the least. Now versus the big chunky boy coming up here, we need to be doing slash damage versus him, which we have this big sword, but we have the Crimson Longsword still equipped, so we can go for that. And we will go for some damage reduction here. So we will make sure that we go for many backstabs on him, with a couple of strikes in between here. And that'll be the best way for us to put this guy down. Okay. There we go. And if you don't do it this way and dance around him in circles, he can absolutely put us down super quick. Okay, so now that we did that, now the purple guys, you definitely want to be doing crush damage versus them, and versus the big fat guy, you want to be doing slash damage. So again, it definitely helps to know the weakness of the area. And here we will go around for this fella. Oh my goodness, that camera sometimes just, ruins everything. Okay, so now that we got this guy down, and we can head on over here and go for the slugs up on the top here. And they can't really do too much about it. Okay. And we'll push him off, and we will push this guy off, as we don't want them to join in the fight here at all, as nothing here in this area does anything for us except that fella there. So we are going to have to kind of take our time here, and maybe get him to be attracted over this way. Ooh, that's an interesting little glitch area there. I could probably get a change in elevation damage on him. There we go. Let's go for a backstab. Nope. Oh. Yep. We got stagger locked into the camera crazy there because of his positioning. So that's always a very bad scenario. But thankfully we have this missile here, which isn't too far back. But this isn't any kind of 100% run or anything. It's just how I would kind of go about restarting a new game. And as you can see, it's not super duper effective, but it definitely can hold its own. And yeah, it's a way to go about engaging these areas. Okay, I don't think we can stun the guy. Okay, let's oh, we are out of stamina. Okay, and good, we got a backstab, so that means that we can put a triple annihilator onto him. Oh boy, we're dead. Yep, there's no way to dodge out of that burst. Ew, he's an ugly fella. So the burst damage there is just extreme out of that thing, but it's nothing we can't handle. So we'll switch to the Crimson Longsword, so we have some more mobility in a normal dodge. And as you saw, crush damage was not super effective against him at all. So now you can see what slash damage would do. Okay. And you can see here that he definitely takes more damage to slash. So let's head on over here. as he will come over this way, and he will sometimes kill himself, which is kind of fun. Okay, let's go ahead and get some slashes here. Now he's going to explode, so we will head on in here, and we will get the eagle key, and we'll head around this way again. Whoops. Okay, he's a quick little fella, or big fella, whatever. And we'll just head on over here, where these things can't get to us. Okay, good. Now we're focused, so we can go for a launch. And we have ice damage. Let's go for another launch. Oh, no launch. Okay. Is he gonna explode? The minute he explodes, we are in for serious problems. So let's go ahead and run away this way. Okay, where is he at? There he is. And he's gonna explode. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay, go for... Oh, we got lucky with another backstab there. That's very good. Okay, and now he's charging up. So let's go for some more damage here while we can. No, no, no. Oh, almost had him. My dress is having some issues there. So this fella definitely, you know, poses a very first big kind of threat to you in the game here, as he definitely can, you know, just wreck your day. And as you see, we just continue to take death after death in a solo run, as you know, the game isn't designed to intentionally be a solo run, as the developers put a lot of development time, effort, and money into the partner AI, and you know, it's not perfect by any means, but you know, it definitely is much better than some other AIs that are out there. But there's no reason to fight this fella after you get the key, and that's what I would do if I was starting a new game. I would just completely run past him, as there's no real benefit to fighting him or winning against him. So yeah, we'll just continue to move on here, and we'll fight the big chunky fella up here. Now him we have to kill, as he has the key to the next area. So we have to fight him, we have to put him down. So remember, he's weak to slash. Whoops. Dodge. I was unable to dodge there. There we go. Oh boy. This is not good. This is not good at all. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to stagger him. And we're dead. Okay. So we're dead. So you can see that every enemy in here is exceptionally problematic, because we have 0 gifts for the weaknesses of the enemies here. We have fire and blood, and I guess we could use blood for the big anteater looking fellas, but it's pierce, so it will not do, you know, as much damage as we would like it to in the end of it all. But the fact of the matter is that we just don't get access to a whole lot of gifts here in the game at this level, simply because the game wants you to kind of play the physical melee here at the beginning, in order to get an idea for how the game plays and everything. Can we hit him from here? Nope. Yep. We sure can. Come on down, friend. Okay. Okay, and now we have a good position here on the hill to make sure that we can dance around him in a circle here. Now this is a very good way. I know it's kind of like a whatever approach to how to engage this fella, but it's the safest, simplest way to go about bringing him down. Okay, good. Now there's really no reason to go for any of the other vestiges and such in here, as most of them are physical, whereas if I was, like I said, if I was playing this for the first time all over again, I would definitely be going for a dark gift kind of an approach rather than a physical build. Come on over here. Okay, good. And now we got the other ball over here, and we'll go for crush damage. Okay, much better, as these balls are weak to crush. So we are done with the slashing for now, and we will be into the crush damage again. And since we don't want any part of that party over there, we are going to go around this way to make sure that we avoid all those fellas there. Because there's just simply no reason, again, at any of these points to pick a fight if we don't have to. Okay, let's go ahead and drink some water here. Now in this area, it's very helpful to know the pathing of how to get through here. Otherwise, it can lead to some really unwanted engagements and some sneaky fellas trying to come up behind you and such. Like, oh, that guy apparently is interested in coming over. And this is exactly what I was talking about, unwanted endeavors. So there you see, when we get focused, we get ice damage, which definitely helps us a lot. You can go down into the hole, please. Thank you very much. Okay, and then when you come around this corner, this creeper here is coming up on you, so you want to get rid of him quickly. Okay, so now we are in the clear, and we are able to head on over to the executioner. This is just the dumb light post up there for the what is that? The flame spurt burster thing. Okay, so now that we are going to be into, the executioner, most of our gifts will be fairly invalid, as we will need to simply be dodging a lot, and that will be where the problem will come from, is that we will have to be normal running like this in order to conserve our stamina for the attacks. There won't be an allowance for us to actually run too much. Now, as she's weak to blood, ice, and lightning, what what gift do we have available is fire. So it's really unfortunate that way. But if we get focused, again, we can use the ice buff that we picked up at the beginning of the game, which we will be dodging quite a bit. So we will be able to use that a little bit. And if we dodge to the left, we can always miss her. Whoops. If we stay at a distance, there we go. Now we are focused, so now's a good time to go for damage, unless we are dead. Okay, so let's get away from her. Oops. Okay, so the dodging is not on point, as you can see. And that is going to be our problem, is that we have access to the pipe or the Queenslayer Greatsword or the or obviously the Juggernaut Sledgehammer. I mean, we have a couple of crush options, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but the only one that would give us quick mobility so we can dodge in and out would be the pipe, and that may be the order of the day, running with fighter. So we'll have to see how that goes, but you can see the damage difference there and how ridiculous that would be. But you know, that may be what we have to go for. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the Executioner can be the first real big problem here. But as long as you're doing crush damage to her, it should be okay. But the problem, again, as you can see here, is the fact that we just have a really slow roll, and we need to drop 3 pounds in order to be quick or normal mobility. But there's no way for us to actually get there at this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves going again here. I guess we could go for poison, but we don't do enough strikes that it would make any big significant difference. The best thing is to stay at that distance and dodge to the left so she does that attack. Oops, that is a faster attack, so there we go. Now we are focused. There we go. Now we're doing crush ice, so that's really good. That's what we want to do. There we go. Okay. And that's why we go for the blood buff. Oops. Oops, she hit us again. Okay. And she killed us. Okay, so as you can see, we can do some damage, but the problem is as we're in our weapon animation phase there, she definitely can put us down very easily. Okay, just a second here. Got a problem here in the background. Okay, we're good to go. Okay. But I definitely would recommend going Crush, as it definitely gives you the best chance to, you know, go for some kind of damage on her, and we can try the pipe and see how it goes here. But you know, I don't expect too much from this, simply because you know, it's very problematic, to say the least. But at least we do get a normal roll, and we could, if we wanted to, have access to something that would give us a quick roll, as this has a little bit more resistance to slow than what we were doing before. Okay. But we definitely won't be doing too much damage all at once. As you see there, we did 15. Now I've done a pipe kill on her before, so this wouldn't be crazy to do it this way, but it definitely makes for a much longer fight. Whoops, and we missed with our blow of madness. Okay. Now she is weak to blood, so that definitely helps out. That'll get us focused. Okay. So that was a good way to get some damage in on her there, but as you can see, it's just a very, very long, drawn-out fight. Okay, now we're focused. Okay, so as you can see, this is going to be quite a long fight. So if we go for this fella here, oops, and we don't have our quick dodge anymore, but we definitely do more damage. So it's a kind of a trade-off here as to how you want to go about the kill. Do you go for an extremely long one, or do you go for a kind of you know, just a kind of long, drawn-out patience battle? I prefer technically the speed here of the quick dodge, as it affords you better timing windows and such for dodging, as just the sheer amount of power that she can put down on you quickly without you being able to do anything about it is very problematic, to say the least. Okay, so we'll go for a Blow of Madness and hopefully hit her with that. Now that does 400 damage to her because it is a 400 scaling added to the weapon, and Bloodshot is obviously it's blood damage, so it does good damage to her, but it's pierce damage, so she has a resistance to pierce, which is a problem. Okay, that's good. Okay, and keep her at that mid-range distance there, and keep going left, and she will continue to do that overhead slam. Yep, there it is. Oh, don't want to move in, because then she does other attacks. Okay. Let's get away from this corner. Whoops. Oops. Those were not dodges on point there, unfortunately. So you can see that as soon as you get to the Executioner, if you don't have most of your gift stacks in all of the blood codes kind of filled out, and you don't have access to any kind of ice, blood, or lightning damage, this can cause severe pain in the very beginning of the game. And especially if you don't have any crush, because like I said, you can easily miss this one at the beginning of the game. The hammer you're given, the pipe you're given, and this is a pre-order, so you don't really have too many options available as far as overwhelming her with damage goes. Now you can play the long drawn out game here, and this is almost harder than doing anything on the harder stars difficulty. There we go. Keep her at that mid-range. Whoops. That was a dumb dodge there. Let's go ahead and heal. Okay. There we go. Okay. Good. And come on, one more. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Now she's going to do the blast. Okay, get her to that mid-range. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on. Come on. Let's hit her with a bloodshot there. Okay, good. Whoa. I did not expect that. I thought she was to the side there. Okay. So you can see that if you're trying to go for this kind of a run, it can be extremely problematic. So if we switch to something like Slash, we can be quick, but we won't have the ability to do overwhelming. Well, we won't be able to do crush damage, but she does resist Slash. So even though we have quick mobility and we have the ability to get in there and do some quick slashes, it definitely won't overwhelm her. So at this point it's a war of attrition, and there's no real good way about getting past her other than just learning her and going through it. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. So this is what the Crimson Longsword affords you. Is it simply goes for quick slashes. Let's go ahead and heal. There we go. And we're focused. See, now since we don't have the ability to dodge kind of whenever we want, because we're always out of stamina from attacking, The beginning of the game here, I think, is kind of artificially um, what do I want to say? It's kind of artificially blocked by stamina requirements. Okay, now we have some good ice. Okay, let's go for some more blood shots here. Okay, more blood shots. Okay, great. Now she's gonna murder us, so let's go ahead and heal. Oh, good grief. I tried to dodge at the last second. You might have heard the keyboard click, but yeah. So this is where you want to, you know, kind of stay close to her while dodging effectively each time. So yeah. The Executioner can be an extremely painful run this early in the game, and especially if you know, you have no upgrades or anything like that, and you're just it becomes like new game plus any star level. It doesn't matter, pick one, and it becomes extremely difficult. It's almost harder than the regular game or running on a new game plus anyways, simply because of the fact that you have to manage so much of your stamina without any ability to get it back easily and effectively. There we go. Okay, so let's see if I can concentrate and go for some quick damage here. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, that was a dumb idea. So you can see that we have just absolutely no no ability to take basically any hits at any time, and it just proves to be an exceptionally long fight. So there's really nothing you can do about it, as there's no access to lightning, ice, or blood, as all of your blood codes at this point, they don't afford you any of that option. I guess we could go for like Venom Mark from Ranger if we wanted to go for poison and just poison her to death, which that might be the way to go about it. We'll have to see. If that is the case, then we can do that the next set here, because we definitely need to get some damage on her, and at this point we can play the poison game. Good, that's staggered, and now she's staggered again. That's good. Okay. Okay. Oops. And there we go. Now we're focused, so we get ice. Oh. Okay, let's back up and heal. Now if you dodge right, you don't get focus from that, but if you dodge left, you do. For whatever reason, let's go ahead and heal again. There we go. And come on, one more. There we go. Oh, come on, I was away from that. Okay. And this is how you can go about playing footsies with her, is just running in circles. And let's back up here. Okay, read the balls, read the balls. Good. And always dodge left on those slides. Okay. Good. And now let's do this. And let's go for an attack. Good. Okay. And dodge left. There we go. We're focused now. Okay, let's back up. Oh, come on. That is not true. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, no way. Are you kidding me? That is heartbreaking. I thought I had that one there. Okay. Let's go for Numbing Mark. Oh, we don't have enough haze because, yeah. Okay, so here, okay, so we will, so we can use a Vivifier and pick up Numbing Mark, and this is where you can actually pick that up and go for it. So the Ranger code, as you see, is pretty weak all around here, but we can use this, and we can still be quick mobility, which is very, very nice. Okay, and we don't want dark, we want this, and we want, sure, yeah, here, sure, we'll equip Sonic Arrow for whatever reason, and, yeah, we can't go for too much else, so, yep, but we can go for a Numbing Mark, for sure. And we can play the poison game as she takes, we have to poison her 3 times before we get really, really good use out of the poison. Okay, there we go, and we need to learn it anyways, but as you see, actually going for her as a crush damage kind of setup there, it's extremely problematic, and it's almost, I mean, you've got to really, 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 really know everything about her, as you know, I know how to you know, deal with her damage and everything. It's just the execution over, you know, 6 to 10 minutes straight of fighting with her can be very, very problematic. Okay, so we don't really need to do anything to head on in here. Okay. And let's get ourselves running around here. There we go. Okay. Now we're focused, so we can get ice and poison. What? Oh, come on. Her swings are yeah, they're, yeah, anyways. Oh man. So this is basically you know, the executioner fight of the round here. Now she is extremely difficult, and you know, lots of people have said, like, how do you get past it and whatever. Well, if you bring in a partner, as you're supposed to do, since that's, you know, a major component of the game, that they spend a lot of time investigating how to make the AI actually useful, this fight goes very, very differently. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get the Venom going. And we have a Venom cartridge. Okay. Okay, and one more. One more. Oh. There we go. Okay, so she's poisoned now. Good. Whoa, we're getting some lag jitter there. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's definitely killing her pretty well. Okay, and now we got hit somehow. Okay. And we have no stamina, so let's back up and go ahead and heal. There we go. And in between each of those strikes there, you can heal. And we can go for more venom. Oh, this is a good time to go for poison. And we can back up now. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, let's head on in. Okay. And she's still taking poison damage. So if you're going for a solo kind of a run, I would say go for poison damage early on, as it, oops, she hit us, as it definitely affords you the ability to do damage without doing damage. Okay. Okay, now let's get some hits here. Oh no. Good, she's poisoned. And let's go ahead and heal up. Okay, and let's just play the dodging game. We'll go ahead and hit her with some extra damage there. As most of her damage is in all kinds of splash damage like that, where it's kind of, you know, at your fingertips all the time. Okay, you definitely want to play it safe. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Whew. Okay, that was very close. And dodge. That's easy. And dodge left. And we'll go for poison. Oops. And we're focused. Okay. And can we get that poison in? Oh boy. Okay, let's go ahead and heal one. Okay, and we don't have a lot of time left for poison. There we go. No! No, no, no. No. Oh, no way. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. That was heartbreaking. I was actually getting really, really nervous there. Okay, let's head on back up and finish her off, hopefully. So you saw there that, you know, as you get close to the end, you definitely, you have the I-Core ability to go for the Venom on her, and it definitely is a great way to put her down. It's just, you know, very problematic to get the attacks on her. Okay. Okay, two more. There we go. There we go. Now we can back up at the distance, and we can hit her with some arrows here, or some blood shots, and just do some extra damage. Okay. Now okay. I was going to say if we're at the distance there, then she will definitely be interested in taking us on. That would have been a great time to get her poisoned into the next phase, but didn't happen. That's unfortunate. Okay, so now we're gonna have to apply Venom and go for some attacks here. Okay. Okay, and we've got to get that poison applied. Okay. Good. There we go. Okay. Now we can back up and let her do whatever she's gonna do. Okay. Okay. Good. Oh boy. Back up. Good. Alright, she's still taking poison damage, so that's great. Okay. We can hit her with some more blood shots here, as those help us out with just putting damage onto her. Okay, and it's go time. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, now we need a couple more attacks here. There we go, she's poisoned. Oh no, get away. Okay, let's back up and heal. Good. Okay, let's heal. Good, okay. Okay, she's gonna do her spin to wing. Good, okay. And we need one more poison round. Okay. And let's go for poison. And it's go time. Whoops. And let's go for a couple more slashes. There we go. Whew. And she got poisoned right at the end. Okay, so there we go. And we've mastered Venom Mark, so we can use it on a different blood code if we need to. So there you go. What was that? 2 runs at poison and put her down, which was way more effective than actually trying to put her down with any kind of physical attacks and such, simply because the poison, you don't have to be close to her, as she has full range arena ability of the entire area. She has very, very close attacks, she has very, very far attacks, and she has everything in between. And as you see, everything is just punishing from one end of the spectrum to the other. So yeah, if I was doing it, I would definitely go poison at this point, simply because it takes the burden off of the Revenant and their stamina management to make sure that they are using their stamina for the dodges and timing those attacks. Otherwise, you're going to be in a really, really bad way trying to figure out how to go about standing up to her in that regard. So, okay, looks like the camera decides to give us a weird position there. So, okay, next one will be the Despot, and we will see you then.